Hey, this TIP, you know. I like to dedicate this song to anybody who done ever lost somebody. To the grave, to the streets, to the jail cell. I done been in situations where I had to cope with all three, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the only thing I ain't done yet is die, you know. But it ain't how I live while I'm here. It's how I live when I leave. Life's upside down. They come and go. Die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't alive, hope they live in the sky. Pray to God when I die, they'll live in the sky. Comes back, you know. So when I die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't survive, may they live in the sky. Tell God I wanna fly, let me live in the sky. My cousin too ain't have to die right in front of his son and his wife. He lost his life struggling over his gun. Give a damn what he done. It's my motherfucking fault. And I love that nigga to death, no motherfucking joke. I can feel my eyes still in the Lord is my witness. If I catch your mama, kill him, I made it my business. Back in the day, you stayed in my business. Taught me I ain't have to cooperate, yeah, in my business. Coincidentally, that's why today you're not with me. My cousin died over some yay, and I miss him. Plus he had his family out. Let's say she the eyewitness, but a boyfriend did the shooting, just gave a life sentence. I heard that, now I'm dressed up in all black. Shot up the whole apartment, he still ain't brought back. The best friend I had, Jamel, I lost that. This shit death was a lesson in life. It's all good at they come and go and die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't alive, hope they live in the sky. Pray to God when I die, they'll live in the sky. Comes back, you know. So when I die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't survive, may they live in the sky. Tell God I wanna fly, let me live in the sky. I always say the nigga go to jail and sleep today too. Well, that's how sick I was when J. Crew found out the hard way that one powder that they were doing. Overdosed on heroin, died at 22. You ain't heard about your daughter, she smiled just like you. So cute, even resorts to violence like you. You know your baby mama loose, but how, what can you do? And I got for myself, yeah, it's good of you. Now everything I do is for King Messiah, Deja, the mind, tell the Lord they all I got. So please don't take it from me, standing in the trap with current and circle out. Laughing at the niggas who serve with no strap. Tell them niggas, man, y'all tripping with no mouth. Get robbing, that's the bar, my pistol ain't no help. Me, you the crew just fell out over doing a little crack. Never could apologize. That's why they say that they come and go down. Live in the sky. All the folks ain't alive, hope they live in the sky. Pray to God one die, they'll live in the sky. Comes back, you know. So when I die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't survive, may they live in the sky. Tell God I wanna fly, let me live in the sky. I bet you niggas think I'm living it up. Till you see police is laughing if they picking me up. Went from seeing how many bitches I can fit in the truck to 3 hots on a cot. Is you kicking the whip? Fuck how many millions I got, nigga. So what if I'm hot? When I got prices on my head, fed, brushing my spot. A million hater want me dead, boys to carry. Yeah, but you 7-time felon, what you doing with that? It's a catch-22, either you lose or you lose. That's the way the game structured for real niggas to suffer. And I ain't never been a buster, I always stood on my feet. Like a man prepared to take whatever coming for me. A pussy nigga, a police is what a warrant for me. I'm a G prepared to die for what's important to me. Look anybody in the eye who say he want it with me. Put up the house and bet the odds if it's coming from me. OG say I need to learn to be patient. You telling me with these 7 years of probation, pistol charges and a host of other cases. If niggas only knew the kind of time I was facing, I tried to keep it to myself, but sometimes I couldn't take it. Got 4 kids, smiles on their faces. Mean more to me than my crown and my bracelet. Take that away from me and my life is but naked. They come and go and die. Hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't alive, hope they live in the sky. Pray to God one die, they live in the sky. Comes back, you know. So one die, hope we live in the sky. All the folks ain't survive, may they live in the sky. Tell God I wanna fly, let me live in the sky. Hey man, I like to dedicate this song to my cousin too. Alejandro Jamel Morgan, man. I miss the shit out you, my nigga. I also like to dedicate this to my homeboy J. Root. Jamal Hendricks, what's happening? Also my partner Bankhead, Family One. What it is, nigga? PSC for life. And my little homeboy Pancho. And my little homeboy Rico. I shed tears right this shit. My homeboy, that real talk, man. Hey. I wanna live in the sky, sky. You live in the sky, sky. Pray to God, never live in the sky, sky.
What's up, everybody? I hope y'all can hear me okay. I think there's something put me in my feels. Oh, goodness. Okay. But I hope everyone's well. I know it's been a while since we have connected. So I thought that song was fitting for this stream. Because honestly, y'all, I feel kind of sad just reading, finding out what happened to Kevin. I just feel sad. I really do. I have really, I don't like why am I feeling sad, but I really do. And I thought this would be good for us to discuss because the manosphere, it's just they just seem very negative people. But can y'all hear me okay? Let me know. Just want to make sure. I think my sound is good. I don't want this. I don't think we need to be too long. But let me see what y'all saying. And thank you for joining me this evening. I definitely appreciate y'all. Let me acknowledge y'all. So where we at? So what's up? Just chilling. Good to see you. What's up, Couture? Hey, Queen of the South. Good to see you. Okay, great. So now Queen said something interesting. She said, I just hope these fools stop trying to find a way to blame Black women. Let's see. You said just seen there before they were famous channel did a video on Sweden, but I don't know if I've seen that channel, but thank you, Jess. So basically, as we all know by now, the Fulton County, I think it was a Fulton County Coroner's Office determined that Kevin Samuels died from hypertension. And I know there's been a lot of speculation, y'all. It's a channel, I think it's called Paperwork Party Network. They've just been making up shit about this man. Just all these weird conspiracy theories. Like, none of us are getting out of this life alive. We're going to go either homicide, natural causes, whatever, but we're not getting out of this life alive. Or, not necessarily homicide, but, accident, whatever. So it said that they released that he died due to hypertension, high blood pressure. And then when I saw that, I was like, that's it? Really? Not to minimize it, but it says evidence of hypertension. Hypertension includes a heart whose chambers are thicker than normal. And it says that he was taking a medication called atenol, and atenol. I don't know, honey, because medical examiner notes in their findings that the medication used to treat hypertension. So of course, hypertension, that is natural causes, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm really an empathic person. If y'all don't know that about me, so I really feel sad. Like, cause remember his daughter. I think his daughter graduated college a few days after his death. He didn't get to see his daughter graduate. And one reason I did this stream, for one, I just want to connect with you guys because it's been a while. But two, like, doesn't it, I don't know, it just puts things into perspective. Like, personally, I've lost so many loved ones, and it's just so sad. Like, life is so fleeting. You literally could be here one moment and gone the next. And one thing about Kevin Samuels, my first interaction with his channel, I was so appalled. I was like, you know how cats, their back be like, when the cats want to hiss, I was like, what the hell? What the hell? The things he was saying, to me, when I think about the legacy, and I'll drop the link if y'all want to come up and share your thoughts about Kevin Samuels, but when I think about his legacy, his life, I just really think he was a really sad man. I think that he was very heartbroken. And instead of really dealing with his heartbreak and disappointment in a healthy way, he used his platform. He built his platform off the frustration, heartache of Black men. And we're really going to dig deep on this stuff because now since Kevin Samuels has died, and I may be all over the place, y'all. I'm sorry. But since Kevin Samuels has passed away, I'm seeing so many men, specifically Hebrew Israelite groups, blaming Black women. I wrote notes because I'm going to I may do a stream on this for. I listened to this Israelite class. Do y'all know this man blamed Black mothers for homosexuality? Okay, said blame Black women for raising kids and why kids grow up to be homosexuals. And I just think it's sad. You have this so-called religious organization that's supposed to help Black people get into the quote unquote truth, but now all they do is blame Black women, saying Black women are not to blame for everything that happens on this earth. And Kevin Samuels was like the poster child for that. And you see why he was sitting up on his show every night drinking Red Bull. I never saw this man drink some water. I never saw no Crystal Springs, no Aquafina, no Essentia. That's the alkaline water. I never saw him drink no water. And he had the audacity to talk about how we so unhealthy, how we so this and that. I just cannot. I just cannot. I just don't understand. What happened to personal accountability? What happened to that? Why do men think they get to blame women for all their problems? It's some man. I didn't click on it because I think her name Kendra G. I think she had a man called in that blamed women breaking his heart for him being gay now. Like what? Dale, what's up, Dale? Good to see you. Said nothing wrong with feeling bad about his death. There's something wrong about it. Yeah, I just feel so sad because I think about it. It seems like he found a stride in his life. I don't think he was all bad. Like I love his little intro song. I love the lighting. I think I guess the order of his show, it was very put together. It was very aesthetically pleasing. And it was nice. To me, it's always nice to see Black people exceeding and reaching their goals and dreams. But at the same time, I just really did not like how he would just talk to women. And it seems toward the end of his life, I was thinking like, why? It just seemed like he really mashed the gas on the toxicity. Because one of the last streams he did was about remember the mother. He told her basically, don't believe your child for sexual abuse. I was like, what is wrong with Kevin? Why is he doing this? Well, he knows that's not right. Kids are vulnerable. You have to believe your children, at least investigate the matter. You know? Okay. Yes, Queen, it is very common. I know my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she had really bad blood pressure. I mean, it'd be like stroke level. And she had like, I think at least 3 strokes before she left this earth. So hypertension is so common. And I remember, I don't know if y'all watch the show, it's called Dr. G Medical Examiner. I don't know if she still comes on, but it would come on the Discovery Network, I think the ID or whatever. And she had a patient, if you will, they passed away from hypertension. I don't know if she said malignant, but she was like, that's a silent killer. And, one could look, because Kevin, he was well put together, right? I mean, he kept that hair. I mean, his hair, he was perfect. Like, literally, his hair looked perfect. He was always well groomed by his cologne collections. Like, he smelled good, nice suits. Like, he looked beautiful on the outside. But inside, things were not well. And just says weirdos, junkies, drunks, fem sales, incels, bombs, bootleggers, and the criminals. I think that describes social media. Queen says they making all these fancy conspiracies for Kevin's death. It is, girl, you seen that paperwork party? I'm like, y'all need to stop. This is ridiculous. Like, it's unfortunate people pass away. And sometimes before we think a person should pass away, but it does happen because, like I said, to me, it's kind of sad because, like, it just feel like he hit his stride. He was kind of toxic, But for me, I was like, okay, let me take a break. He's not somebody I could constantly watch because what he says bothers me. And I'm very sensitive. So I cannot watch I can't listen to somebody just put me down all day long and not bother me. Um, Dale said, let's see, Dale said his death is something that shows us we all need to be serious about our health. Indeed, to be serious about our health. And another thing, to really live life full, like to really live fully. Like I love social media. I know all of us love YouTube, different whatever, IG, you name it. But make sure you guys are really enjoying your lives, going after your goals. Like put some urgency on that stuff because we don't have forever to get these things done. Just think he woke up that morning, he probably thought he was good. What day was it? I forgot what day of the week it was. He probably like, yeah, I'm gonna do the stream on IG or whatever, blah blah blah. And look, he didn't even. That was it. Like life is fleeting. Just as funny they mentions cause of death because I always felt like he was dealing with heart problems when he was alive. I noticed somebody actually did a compilation. I think it's a Red Pill Exposed. It's some kind of Red Pill channel. But this show, they were basically saying, how Kevin said he's so proper, but they just saw how he was belching, and it was pretty disgusting. But if I find it, I'll put it in my community and y'all can check out the video. But I was like, I don't know if that was an indication that there was something wrong. I think Red Bull is carbonated. I haven't had one of those in years. I used to drink that mess when I was in undergrad. No, I used to like Monster drinks. I didn't like the Red Bull, but I think it is carbonated. But like he had some crispy mic because you would hear when he burped, when he would swallow, you would hear everything. So yeah, that video was kind of funny though, I must admit. And another thing too, your emotional. I know it sounds kind of like what the word I want to use. I can't think of the word, but your emotional trauma, your emotional pain, those things can manifest in your body physically. Like, think about, to me, Kevin seemed really bitter. He always came out really bitter to me. And isn't it crazy that he would die of a heart related issue, right? And I don't think it's surprising. I think they are intertwined. Like, we have to find a way to deal with the things that we cannot change, to deal with the hurt and pain, the things of our past that we can't go back and fix it. So and so broke up with us, so and so ghosted us, whatever. So and so took our crayon. I know it's in first grade. This white boy took my orange crayon. I still remember that. I've been out of high school 20 years. So imagine first grade, right? I still remember that. Things that we can't change, we have to find a way to cope and live with them, right? So I'm not no expert, but to people that hear me, I would say definitely deal with your emotional issues, the things that bother you. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist, somebody to talk to, someone to let that off. A lot of men, it seems like they tend to hold things in, and that's really not healthy. Like women, we're going to talk about our issues. We're going to get it out. Most of us do. Dale said, I didn't watch the show, wasn't a fan. Anyone blaming black women for his death. So I hope they're not doing that now. That'll be too much. But those Israelites, I don't want to talk about them because they've been doing a lot since Kevin Samuels died. And if they just want to be in the manosphere, they need to say it at this point because they literally just produce manosphere content. Queen says, I agree, MJ. He seemed like a sad man, and his funeral was sad too. Internet famous with an empty church. Oh wow. I really didn't watch the funeral. I just didn't want to see it. I hate funerals. Like I hate them. I know some people get offended when folks don't go to a funeral, but I don't think it's necessary because I believe, and I kind of have a science STEM background, so I believe, what's the law of thermodynamics that said energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So when you pass away, you out of this physical body, but you're technically not quote unquote dead per se, but no one can't reach you, touch you, whatever. But energetically, that you're always with the people you love. That's what I believe. So I really don't like funerals. I don't like seeing deceased bodies because it's just really creepy to me. Queen, yeah, and people are still trying to use him. I'm like, let that man rest. It's interesting. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think there's a shift in the manosphere since he's passed? Like, it just seems like it's something off. It's really different. Like, so many people are eating off Kevin Samuels' content. It was so many people I'm like, Dad, did that kill him? It was so many people eating off his content. Queen said he was always talking about Big Shirley and he had high blood pressure. Yeah, he was taking medication. So that lets you know his blood pressure was bad enough that the doctor had to prescribe medication for it. And if y'all don't know, he's also a cancer survivor. So just think of how the cancer treatments could impact his vital organs, so that plays a part too. I wish TMZ would have posted the actual report. I know there was this website called findthedeath.com. I used to like to look at it back in the early 2000s. They would have like all these celebrities like death certificates. So I don't know if that's still in existence because I think you can't get a copy based on Freedom of Information Act and they'll just redact like sensitive information. Okay, Dale says, keep in mind, Hebrew Israelites dress like Power Rangers or like they're part of George Clooney's people. They really do, Dale, but Dale, we gotta talk about this because they have been saying some stuff. I'm like, y'all want to be in a manosphere? It's easy. You got it. They literally sound like Kevin Samuels. But you supposed to be waking up our people, right? You're supposed to be waking up our people to let them know they God's chosen, but you treating the women like trash. Okay. Yeah, Queen, inside he was dying. And it's sad. Like, damn. And it's like he had it's almost like this meteoric rise and kind of like a meteoric fall, right? As quick as he rose, like, dang, it's crazy. He was going to Big Shirley, but Big Shirley be eating that church's chicken. She all right? She still Big Shirley, all right. Queen of the South says paperwork party. They say Dennis Sperling, Melanie King, and others conspired to murder him. Yeah, they are really dumb. I watched one of their streams. I'm like, okay, I get it. Is anything content? Do y'all believe anything's content? Because y'all, I wonder can Melanie and Dennis sue them for that? Because that's just ridiculous. And I can't stand Dennis Sperling. I just find him to be divisive and hateful. He is something else. And Melanie, I just don't take her seriously after all that surgery she's had, and she can't tell me anything. She's truly a pygmy. Oh yeah, he died on Cinco de Mayo. That's right. It's just sad. I feel for his daughter. And I did listen to Dennis when his mother called in, and it was sad to hear her tear up and cry. Like her only child, that sort of thing. That's sad. It's sad. Dale says life isn't promised to anyone. No one is promised tomorrow. Let's put it this way: on the healthiest day of your life, you're sick enough to die. That's right. Or it'd be some weird stories. Like I read a story one day. I forget what state it was, but this woman was walking. Someone was so can I say that word on here? Someone wanted to unalive themselves, jumped off a building. Do you know they fell on somebody and unalive them too? Like sometimes it's just the randomest things that can happen to people. You really just don't know. That person walking, minding their own business. What's up, Hillman Grad? Good to see you. No, it's okay. We haven't been on too long. We just really discussing Kevin Samuels' autopsy report. All we know is I wish we could actually see a copy of the report, but they say he passed of hypertension. So I'm just sharing my thoughts, and I'll drop a link if anyone wants to share theirs, what they think about it. But to me, it just seems sad. Like, and just think of the influence he had. You could tell, like, he had this large influence, but all his audience, the men that think like him, all they do is blame women for everything. Like, we all have to take personal accountability for our lives, for our wins and our losses. But I don't know. I know one girl called him the kitten, not kitten. She said the Kevin Samuel disciples. The just says, okay, you talking about Captain Tazar. I can't even say that name. I think it's Captain Tazariak. Don't he be on Sinetter? He got to be the most intentionally funny of them all. I've been to their services before. Like I was about to join these Israelites. So But the way they be dragging women, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you drag me like that. You can't drag me like that, okay? What's up, Bree? Just says there was no food I could get to at his funeral, so I didn't go. Yeah, the repast has some good food, but other than that, I don't like no funeral. Like I done lost so many people. I just, I just been Lord, I just can't. But that's is a part of life. Dale says the good captain looks like an action figure. Captain Tazariak's battle-based action figure. So simple. I want to, I might show y'all some of that if it's still up. Because the Israelites have this thing where they like to post and delete. I'm going to check and see if it's still up. I'll show it to y'all if it is. Bree says blood pressure medicine was sex and a plus size Latina who didn't perform basic CPR. Can you imagine? What's that song, Had a Bad Day? Like you meet up with a dude for the first time, y'all get it in, and he down you? Hell no. That's PTSD, I'm sure. Automatically. And it's funny, he says women my age are, well, I forget, the women in 20s, he has a saying for them. I think if you under 35, what is it, danger zone? And if you 36 and up or something, is no man's land. So he said, I'm in no man's land. God bless me to see another day, though. God bless me to see another day. Queen said the manosphere seems lost without Kevin. He was their cash cow and their mainstream credibility. Yeah, they do seem lost. They really do. I was like, something's weird with y'all. And now they riding Kendra G. I'm kind of sick of the relationship content because it's like, it's stupid. I don't know how to articulate it any better. It's just stupid at this point. No, you got high blood pressure trying to sit down somewhere. Queen said Dennis and Melanie are crazy. I haven't seen Melanie in so long. I cannot stand that woman. It her. What's the one that act like she's so righteous? The ugly woman, the Muslim. Damn it. I don't even know that woman name. I cannot stand her. She is just so self-righteous. I don't even need to know her name. And then too, sometimes I'll watch her. What's her name? God darn it. The tall girl, Six. I like Six, okay. But she seems self-righteous sometimes too. Like none of us are perfect. We all have flaws, None of us are perfect. Dale says, I don't know if they can sue or not. However, it was low to connect them to them. Yeah, that's terrible. That's awful to connect them to the devil. I don't know where I know Dennis lives in Texas. I think Melanie, is she in Florida somewhere? Like Kevin was in Georgia. How they Yeah, to me that showed just when he didn't go, and we discussed that on his channel. Y'all didn't see it, but if y'all remember the Manosphere meetup that happened earlier this year, Kevin was AWOL. He didn't show up, and it was right in Atlanta. Obsidian was there. A lot of people was there. Minister Jab was there. Little Big Nate, a lot of guys are there, but lead attorney, although I really don't know if lead attorney is really Manosphere, but lead attorney and Kevin did not show up. And I'm like, that's kind of, that says a lot right there. Yeah, that person jumped out the window and they took somebody out with them. Queen, you said Melanie was calling the hospital live looking for him, and Dennis Greer's YouTube channel off Kevin's back calling him a friend. I didn't know she was calling a hospital. Oh my God. Wow. Because I want to say, when I saw the news, the rumor about him. I remind you. Oh, that's my Alexa. Sorry. I want to say it was late morning when I saw the rumor. So, wow, that's crazy. And yeah, Dennis, he did grow his channel because Dennis' content, I don't like it. Like, I will say Kevin was kind of entertaining. It's just when he started getting really toxic, I just can't. But yeah, Dennis' content sucks. And he's really hateful and divisive. I don't know if y'all peeped that about him. But basically, all these men keep saying, other races of women are better than like black women from United States. And I think maybe that's why I know she's controversial in her own right, Cynthia G. Maybe that's why she does what she does because I guess she find a way to prove them wrong. Queen says Kevin was not trying to be connected with the public. I can't really blame her for that. Yeah, Brie, I did. I went to a few of their services. I thought about this is when I was back home in Georgia. They had a school over there, not too far from the airport. I think College Park. Is it College Park? Riverdale, somewhere like that. But I didn't join. And then how they're acting now, I definitely would never join. But I was thinking about it, I'll be honest. Just as Dennis Sperling, a perfect example of if corny was a person. I seen Melanie King's before and after No Man. Yeah, I saw it before and after too. I'm like, I don't think she's a bad looking woman, but I don't know why she did that to herself. And then she had the nerve to be talking about other women. So, mm-mm-mm. Kevin was trying to disconnect for now. Yeah, because with the DHS document about the manosphere, what they call them, like, basically the feds are watching them, basically. So I could see why he's trying to disconnect, but he was really their leader because remember he talked about domestic discipline, a lot of toxic stuff. He talked about it. Bree said he was with a Latina that hit the wall, right? And then I heard a clip of Dennis always threatening to hit people's channels with copyright strike. But it was a clip of him asking Kevin's so-called girlfriend, would she rank herself, how she looked? Like, why would you ask your so-called friend about how she looked? That was not, I didn't think he, wasn't it out of place for him to do that, like asking her that? Like Kevin Samuels is Kevin Samuel. Those dudes cannot replace him. He's gone. They're not going to be able to replace him. So they just need to move on. Dale said, and here's the thing, some of the stuff the manager says, I agree with. Then again, I agree with some of the stuff the women says. It's just the extreme fools they give. Right, right. And yeah, they do say some valid things, and like the women say valid things too. But when you say like don't believe your children if they say your boyfriend or dad or somebody abused them or whoever, you should look into that. That's why I wonder about how he grew up. And to me, he projected a lot. And even with the his two wives, I think one of the wives I saw, she was posting on Instagram how he was cooking for her. You know, Kevin would not tell a man, well, before he passed, he wouldn't tell a man to cook for a woman. He was cooking for this woman, rubbing her feet. And I think he did a number on that sister. Okay, so it's like he doesn't take accountability for his role in the demise of a relationship. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Crimson Cure. I cannot stand that woman. She's disgusting to me. She need to be on that terrorist list, whatever list it is. You call her the hedgehog? Yeah, ugly ass. Always, ugh. Oh yeah. So Queen said MJ Wob City and started bringing up Sansaray again. The manosphere really talking about the same thing over and over. You know what? I did watch that video, Queen. I saw that. I think he's jealous of Sansaray because Sansaray is killing it over on TikTok. She is really killing it. She has over what 250,000 followers on TikTok. I hope that I hope she's getting like compensation for that because she needs it. But Sansa Ray, I think she's been minding her business. So that is really weird that he would bring her up like that. But with old boy gone, they need somebody to talk about. And I think somebody else brought her up recently too. Queen said Dennis uses his profession to bully people online for what I've seen. Yeah, yeah. Because I had I had queued up a video in response to it. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna deal with this dude. He's toxic. He's toxic. Yeah, Alexa, I have her to remind me to put my trash out for the people to come get it. It's fun. I feel like every time we stream and here she comes reminding me. Just saying, all them Negroes be talking about chicks hitting the wall only for them to be in relationships and marriages with them same chicks that hit the wall. Right. If you see, Speaking of Obsidian, have y'all saw Obsidian's girlfriend, Miss Brown Sugar? She don't look like no Vanessa Williams, or what's a beautiful older woman? Angela Bassett, J Lo, Halle Berry. She like a big Shirley from what I've seen. So why is Obsidian always talking about women, Big Shirley? That's all he loved to talk about. We look at Obsidian's community posts, Big Shirley this, Big Shirley that. But yet he got his own personal Big Shirley that's tatted up. Queen said they tried to turn her into a girlfriend, but she was a hookup. And we know why Jap, this thing about Sansaray, Jap was mad because she turned him down. That's all that is. Queen said he was very much a manosphere man, no matter how he reinvented himself. Right, he sure was. He really was. So, but he made it to some show, Atlanta. I never seen that show, but like that was pretty cool. It's just kind of like, dang, you rose to like stardom and damn. But it's good that his daughter will reap the fruits of his labor. Maybe his daughter and mother, I guess. Look at that, black women getting the money. The gossip sphere. And then I think Reg, the bad guy, said that Kevin made fun of him not sleeping with a woman in 4 years or something like that. Like, even though I haven't been like live streaming, I'll be in the bushes all over the place, you know. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that deal. Who is Margaret Avery? Who is that? Said, Queen says Obsidian is with an older woman with tattoos and kids. Oh, she has children too? And kids he does father. Oh, she bigger. I didn't know she's truly a Shirley. And I'm not knocking Miss Brown Sugar. I like Miss Brown Sugar, but it's just the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. And I'm gonna drop the link if anyone wants to come up and share their thoughts on the life and untimely passing of Kevin Samuels. Like, what your lessons? I know for me, I've learned that life is fleeting, life is precious. Have an urgency about your goals and dreams. Like, stop acting like you have tomorrow. You might not. And I don't know. I think just don't blame everybody for all your problems. Like, take accountability and work on being a better you. Work on, I don't know, being better. Queen says they mad about black women getting. Yeah, black women, sisters get the bag. Sisters get the bag. And when you have a good woman in your life, she gonna help you get the bag too. A lot of these men, they really what's it say? I think they undermine the value of a good woman in their life. They really do. What's up, Robbie? Privileged. Good to see you. And you know what makes me think about Miss Brown Sugar Obsidian? To me, that makes me think like, be practical, okay? Everyone's sitting on these panels for hours at a time, every day, talking about they want a woman that's, a size 4'6". Like, come on. They want a man that's 6'5". Do you realize the average height in America for men is what, 5'9" or something like that? Most men are not tall. Most women in America are not a size 4. Let's be realistic. Does that person, what about their character, their morality, their ethics? Are they going to be there for you when you need them? Like, to me, a lot of these conversations don't even deserve our attention. They're a waste of time because it's just vain and stupid to me. Oh, from Suge, the color purple. Oh, yeah, she is beautiful. Let's see. Right. Yeah, he's definitely a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite, and I hope it works for him because I remember Obsidian from Blog Talk. So I've been familiar with him for many, many years. He used to irritate me on Blog Talk too, but I'm happy for him, and I hope it works out for those two. Excuse me. I hope that's it for them. But yeah, nothing wrong with what's wrong with being regular. What's wrong with being regular? Like, we all just regular people at the end of the day. All this vanity talking about, oh, he gotta be 6'5", he gotta make this. It's stupid. Why are you calling it when the women will call Kevin I need a man making 250. Who's making that? Check out the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's federal data on salaries in this country. Most people don't even make. Some people barely making 50,000. Like a lot of stuff is just fairy tales. You remember those little books we used to read as kids with the golden edge? That's what a lot of stuff is. It's stupid. Hold on, Queen. You said Miss Brown Sugar looks like she could put obsidian on a cracker and eat him as a snack, and he looks like he likes it. Right, right. And I noticed when they do their little shows together, they're kind of on the same wavelength. So that's good. They have the same kind of thought. Because sometimes, like, girl, why are you agreeing with obsidian right now? And obsidian, like, I'll give him his flowers. He's an eloquent writer. I like to see what he writes in his community posts. Like, he's really eloquent when it comes to writing. Dale says men and women ask for what they can or refuse to give in return. Yeah, I think a lot of it. Do y'all think some of this stuff is like self sabotage because you wanting a man that's 6'5", you 5'1", you want a man 6'5", you know he's really not out there like that. Or a man wanting a woman that's a size 4, maybe he might have met a woman that's a size 10 that loves him, that's really good for him, but no, because she's not a 4. Like I think some of this is like maybe they need to develop their emotional, maybe their mental mindset, basically, because it seems like they're just trying to sabotage themselves or prevent themselves from being in love, you know? Like instead of trying to be in love or attempting to love someone, it's like fear keeps them on YouTube talking about, yeah, women this, women that, women made me gay, women hit the wall, all this foolishness. Yep, yep, yep. Who is that that admitted to tricking? Talking about Miss Brown Sugar getting money from a sitting too. Go girl. If that's who you talking about. Because Obsidian, he probably got some coins. Remember, he used to say he the voice of the everyday brother. I think he's more sophisticated nowadays. The Philly flea takes what he could get off. Don't tell me Miss Brown Sugar can E Honda Obsidian. If y'all know Street Fighter, y'all know the reference to E Honda. Yes, thank you, Dale Gold books. Yeah, those books. A lot of stuff just fairy tales. Like if you got what's that guy, Donovan Sharp? Y'all seen his woman? She don't look like no beauty queen. Yes, he has golden books. Thank you, Dale. So are you saying that Obsidian has been with Miss Brown Sugar for 12 years? So you've been keeping her. I thought they were together when I heard doing them on some videos a few months back. I'm like, is that his lady? But since he didn't say anything, I was like, okay, maybe it's just his friend. Just said that's why exactly I never expect nothing out of women that I don't expect out of myself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert, okay? I never will say I'm an expert, but I think some of these things are just not practical. And I think a lot of people are, I think it's fear based, really. Like, because, it hurts when the relationship don't work out. It's painful. So I think a lot of these people just don't want to deal with that. And one way they keep themselves from love, romantic love, is just sitting on YouTube arguing about silly things. Arguing about a man that make $250,000. Like, look at your sphere, your circle. You probably some people don't even know people that make $100,000. Like, that's like you thinking NFL, NBA, MLB, maybe some business owners, but that's not most people. Yeah, but Brown Sugar, I think she's cute. She seems nice. Queen says, why is he lying about being an incel? It's just a mess. Just I don't doubt Miss Brown Sugar could 100 hand slap his ass. Exactly. Or what about the what's that sumo butt thing he do? Where he jump up and sit on people? I love E Honda. That's my game. That's a fun fact about me. I like to play Street Fighter. Okay. You like Cody? I can't stand when people have played Cody. I like to play online against other people. If y'all play PlayStation, DM me your you play Street Fighter 5, DM me your ID if you want to play against each other. We can play because I love to play Street Fighter. Okay, that brings me a lot of joy. Just says the fleet. Come on, Just he could sit down. Big Sugar probably know how to ride that thing. Or what else? He he hold on a chair, have his like never mind. But I'm sure they could get it in just fine. DJ is cool, DJ. Who's that? I don't remember that character. I'm trying to think. DJ. I'm trying to think. I know they added some new characters like Dan. You have to buy some new characters. Dan 11 or something. Some Akira, some character. She drops a man down on you. I can't think. What's up, Shay? He said Kevin was jaded. He definitely was very jaded. It was really sad. It was really sad. What's up, Rozzy? Good to see you. Just says, I forgot the name of that move, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because I've been practicing with Honda in the battle lounges. I've been getting beat because Honda moves so damn slow. But when he hits you, man, he takes a lot of life from people. Like, his hits are impactful, but he got to be able to hit the people. He moves too daggone slow. Okay, so DJ was in Street Fighter 4. He now found. Okay, I vaguely remember that character. It's funny to me, Street Fighter. It reminds me like Balrog. I think that's a play on Mike Tyson, and I want to say it's some Feng Shui or something. He seemed like a play on Bruce Lee. It's funny how those characters is like they're mimicking real people. So Riley, Black first. That's right. Dan is a guilty favorite. I may buy that character because I like his moves. Y'all see what I've been doing while I've been away. Just as most folk love Ryu and Ken, I'm an Akuma man myself. Yeah, I never used Akuma. I love Ken. I use him a lot. I've got some mastery with Ken, but there's so many characters. I should try some others. I may try Akuma. All right, y'all, give me a moment. I'm gonna see if I can find that IUIC video I was telling you about, the Israelites dragging black women. Because they were just really going in. And I think they're trying to take Kevin's place. But for some reason, they have a tendency to post and delete, so it may not be here. I'm gonna start screen recording them. Let's see. Here it is. It is here. And basically, the title of the video is called Empowered to be a Hindrance. They're saying that black women are empowered to be a hindrance. Dale said they were going to call the boxer M. Bison, but they thought they get sued in America. Oh. Dale said Street Fighter is about 30 years old. Yes. Oh, I've been playing since the 90s. I'm an 80s baby. I've been playing since the 90s. I love it. I haven't gotten my hands on a PS5, so I play on my PS4, but it's fun to me. I know some people would say that's not ladylike, but that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Okay, I'm gonna skim through this for obvious reasons. As you see, it's super long. But yeah, they were saying black women are a hindrance. They basically saying that black women are preventing black men from getting the kingdom of heaven. So let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. And this is impromptu, y'all, so I really don't have timestamp, but I'm trying my best.
Your own conscience. No, contrary to Satan that's within you. Contrary to that ain't your conscience, that's Satan that's within you. People ain't start coming up. I'm about to just get out the way. You understand? Let a mighty prophet than I come forth. But I gotta bring this up, man. Jeremiah 44:15, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 15. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burnt incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt in Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying,
Go ahead.
As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, we will not hearken unto thee.
Go ahead.
But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth.
Go ahead.
To burn incense unto the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil.
Go ahead, watch this.
But since we left...
Okay, first y'all need to say fair use because we're just watching this for purposes of education, commentary, right? But these people and their name Israel United in Christ, they're Hebrew Israelite camp, whatever, group, whatever. But I noticed lately since Kevin Samuels has passed, and they always have been kind of harsh on women, but it seems like they've mashed on the gas, and that's really all they talk about. And I don't know, I'm sure, I know there's violence all over the country, but some of these cities, a lot of brothers are harming each other, harming women, children, and each other. And I just think these dudes need to be worrying about stuff like that instead of talking about women wearing tight pants. You know, just like, yes, Queen. I wanted to just show a point of how they were going in on women, but they say they're not a cult, but I want to say it's some group does consider them a hate group. Let me see if I can find it right quick. But somebody considers them a hate group. They say that they're not. They kind of do operate cultish anyway. Yeah, anyway, I think they do operate cultish. Let me see if I can find it. And this is just one of them. There are other Israelite groups. This is one I like to watch for. They just interest me. And I mentioned, if y'all didn't hear, I've been to their classes before in person. So I never joined. But yeah, the Southern Poverty Law Center considers Israel United in Christ a hate group. They're like extremists. So Queen says, yeah, they are always yelling even when they aren't on the corner. They are. And now I'll do another stream, but now they're harassing Christians at the church. So it might be interesting for us to discuss. Because like, y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill out, okay? And like, he's a nice looking guy, but the way he's talking, like, dude, do you have a wife talking like that? He probably does have some desperate pick me, just as Hotep Dusty does neo-Nazis. And and the triple K is interchangeable, if you ask me. That's something right there that you said. And these guys, I feel like they kind of lost their way. I think maybe they need to kind of take a moment to regroup because they just kind of out of alignment or something lately with them. Yeah, they holler at people on the corner. Those corner teachers would be funny though, because a lot of people always cuss them out. So those would be funny. I know in DC one day I was walking, me and my family were walking in DC. And this guy, he was an Israelite, he was cussing out white people like, you motherfucker. He was literally cussing out white people. I'm like, you don't even know those people. You just cussing them out. Queen says, yeah, cult or hate group. Yeah, I know there's some people that consider them a cult. And like I said, the Southern Poverty Law Center considers them a hate group and like black extremists. So I get why people consider them that. And you think they would care about their image and kind of operate differently. But to me, they're just operating erratic. Like, they're doing too much. Just says these Hotep Dusty Dust, the main reason the black community can't progress. Yeah, I may just have to do this another time with this one as far as this video, because he literally blamed black women for the degradation of the black community. This guy right here, he blamed black women for homosexual black people. And I'm like, it takes, and to paraphrase, he was saying that black women don't do a good job raising children. I'm like, where are the black fathers to raise children? Why aren't they'll just say, oh, you chose wrong, or it's like these men are not held accountable. Even if someone may say, oh, they're dusty, whatever, they're still fathers. Why aren't they held accountable for not parenting their children? That's something I don't understand. And I wish they would explain it to me. Queen says, MJ, you're much too amazing to join that group. Oh, you're kind, Queen. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't, girl. I'll be somewhere wearing head wrap, ugly clothes down to my ankles, cooking and cleaning all day for some Negro talk to me crazy. Okay. He probably does have a wife and no job. Oh, and then yeah, this really deserve it on stream. They dragging Christian churches for taking up tithes, but they request money to travel to go on their missions. I'm like, the church. I mean, I don't consider myself like I don't go to church anymore. I used to grow up. I think a lot of us grew up that way, but I understand a building has electricity, rent, mortgage, whatever. Like they have to pay. It doesn't mean that like Creflo, you don't gotta get them a jet or whatever. But come on now, it's not free. You gotta pay for those things. Queen says the Hebrew Israelites have replaced the Nation of Islam with the downtrodden black men they recruit. That's a good point, Queen. Let's do it. And these guys, to me, they have no kind of ambition. They blame everything on the man or black women. That's their favorite people to blame, the man or black women. And I feel like, okay, in life, we know where we are in this country. You have to work around those obstacles. Don't be yeah, you may be a little discouraged, but still do your best and try, not just give up because the man. Just said Hebrew Israelites might as well ask where the white women said. Well, you know what? I think in a way they do. Now this group, they don't date white women, but they say basically this group they have this 12 tribe chart. So like if you, for instance, if you're American black, you consider from the tribe of Judah, and these 12 tribes, I think they're in the Bible. I'm not the most sound on this, but I know a little something. So like you got all these different groups like Issachar, Manasseh, all these different tribes, right? So they say you could marry, you could have a baby with a Latino white woman or whatever. Okay, I'm being long with it. Basically, they say a black man can produce a black baby with any woman of any race. That's what they say. That's what they say. Queen says parents is a two-person job. That's why it takes a man and woman to make a baby. Right. But they're always blaming the women. And I just really wish one day they could have a serious discussion on why a lot of men are not held accountable for abandoning their children. They'll just say, oh, the woman is horrible. And they use that scripture about, living in a house is better than live on a roof than in a house with a woman or a bad, annoying woman or whatever. So I was like, these are your children. This is your seed. So, it's a lot. Just I know Captain Crunch got all kind of wives and no job. Let me see. Let's see.
Off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven.
But since we left feminism, since we left white G,
yeah, they blame feminism. I'm like, do y'all Negroes understand? A lot of he looked like he probably born in the 80s or 70s, right? Okay, when will the feminism start in the 60s? I don't know, 50, maybe before that. Like, how are you blaming women born in 70s, 80s, beyond for feminism? It's just stupid. And like, do they really think about what they be saying? Like, we just living in this environment trying to do our best.
Jesus and the Christian church, go ahead, is set up for, which is the destruction of the black family. So since they stood for that, they got everything they wanted. They got good loans for houses. People loved them. White people would help them out, all kind of stuff. Now they say, Jesus black, we the Israelites. Now people have sunned them. Family members have sunned them. They don't like the feeling. So they want to go back. And they say their husbands knew. Their husbands knew that they were returning back to the Queen of Heaven and leaving God. Showing you that one white people. You understand? Which that ain't the truth. We don't. When we find out you're sowing discord, we throwing you out. You understand? If you spreading feminism amongst the body, we can't flourish like that. You have to go. Read
the book of Sirach.
Yeah, they saying women in the church is spreading feminism. And Kevin, apparently, based on what they said Kevin Samuels used to listen to them on Clubhouse because he did say some of the same things they said. Like, I heard Kevin Samuels say that black man can create a black baby with any woman. So black men really don't need black women.
Mark chapter 18, talking about got 4 kids by a man. This woman enticed her to leave her husband and her 4 kids, or with her and her 4, and leave her husband and take her 4 kids and become a single mother. You'd rather become a single mother with 4 kids than to keep God's commandments. Think about that for a minute. You'd rather become a single mother with 4 kids, all for white Jesus, because you want white people to get the kingdom of heaven. Because I'm telling you, it always go back to that. Right. They don't want to keep the law, and they want white people to get the kingdom. It's never the Chinese, it's never the Arab, it's never the next Friday night raw. All praise to the Lord.
Killer. So love.
And family don't look at him and say, he don't look right in pictures with me. I need to leave. And that's what y'all do.
So he caught him. That's what they do, bro. I'm telling you. They think that they can do, they think the grass green on the other side. So he knocking you upside your head, calling you a nigga B. Then you, I sure would.
Y'all, I gotta go through this class and get the timestamp so I can really bring out, because I was just writing notes. I was listening to him talk. I was like, what the world? So I'll go through that and we'll do another stream on. There's a lot we need to talk about, like Umar, baby on the way. It's a lot of stuff. Young Pharaoh, it's so much we need to talk about. Dale says, what gets me is when the Israelites walking into churches make an ass out of this. I know, Dale, I do not agree with that. Like, I just think that's a bit much. You going to the churches, you harassing these people. Like in Oklahoma, some church had filed some kind of lawsuit. They had like a restraining order or something against them. I saw, because the head bishop of this Israelite camp was giving them instructions like, y'all stop just hollering crazy. And he was telling them to kind of pipe it down. And he's a former law enforcement officer, so he should know better, you know. He should know better. These dudes, a lot of these dudes straight off the street, you know, straight from the hood, and that's no shade. But they need some decorum. When he says Creflo said the church was wrong about tithing, he made a public statement. I'm sure he won't be refunding the money he's collected for years, ladies. Yeah, I didn't watch his statement, but I saw the headline about that. So I need to look into that. But yeah, because he got, I think, don't Creflo have like private jets? I've never been to his church because that's not on the side of town I'm from, but yeah, I never been there. He just never was my family cup of tea. Queen says, just I think he sells shea butters. No, he not refunding anything. Mm-mm. That's a good way to put it. Hebrew Israelites. That's how they're behaving, and it's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. And that's a good one, just Hebrew Israelites. Incelites. It's bad enough to be on a Southern Poverty Law Center, like hate watch or whatever, hate list thing. They're gonna end up on that Fed list. They probably are on there already. Queen said, too many men like to talk and not do. That's how I see the Hebrew Israelites and so many of these YouTube men. That's so true, Queen. And then when we say that as women, they think, oh, we just bumping our gums. But a lot of men do like to talk and not do. Like they basically saying, you know, we gotta wait to inherit the kingdom of heaven. So you telling me I just gotta endure and just go through hardship and struggle on earth, right? I have to wait till I die or when Christ come back or whenever to live good, to have a kingdom. I don't believe that. Like, they sound stupid with that. Queen says they deny Black women's necessity to help and create Black children. They think their Blackness comes only from them, but they want no responsibility. Right, Queen. And you can see the effect of how they think. Y'all saw that most recent NBA draft. Did y'all see those young men that were drafted? How they look? It's interesting to see. But Black women deserve to live a life where they have their fathers or their children help them raise their children. Black children deserve to be nurtured and loved by both of their parents. Like, this is really sad. And I'm so sick of hearing men talk like this. You know, it's so sad. Queen, allegedly, he got a baby on the way. Allegedly, he trying to deny it. But yeah, apparently. Just you remember well, I don't know if you and Queen, if any of y'all watch Umar frequently, but if you can recall, he was in the FDMG school gymnasium with this woman that she was dressed like Zorro. She had this black hat. To me, she like Zorro or someone. But you can check Anti-Afro Spengali's channel. She have a video on the woman. Apparently, the woman went to Tasha K to say she's pregnant by him. So I don't know if it's on Tasha's K app because I don't have her app. Because I didn't see it. I went to look on her channel. I didn't see the video. Me and Umar was like, oh, she's lying. She's married, blah, blah, blah. I think so. Mm-hmm. Creflo been a preacher since, yeah, me too, Queen. He's been preaching for many years, many years. So way, I guess probably over 30, maybe 40 some years, probably. I remember when he choked out his daughter. I remember that. That's not funny, but he got arrested. Oh goodness. Yeah, that is a good name for them. The Hebrew Incelites. I like that one. Okay. Okay, Dale, thanks for joining. Queen says they love mixed women and hate mixed men. Makes some sense. And I know it's weird. Like, man, some of our people, boy, they just really need help. I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand it at all. And it's like some of these men, they so narcissistic. I know that word is overused, but it fits men like Kevin Samuels, like IUIC. It fits men that think like them. And then a lot of them talk about poly relationships, like that Derek Grace. I want to talk about it. It's so much going on. Like one of his so-called wives pregnant and they not even together. But people always trying to push poly on folks. It's ridiculous. Queen says whoever having a baby by Dr. Umar is going to need help from the state to get money. It's already somewhere. Right, right. I don't even understand these women that Dr. Umar, he's just like been reduced to a gift and meme in my eyes. He's another one that just talk and don't get anything done. So I don't understand why women. I mean, he's not a bad looking man, but still, like he's kind of like on the scam side of the game because the school never opened. Doesn't look like it is going to open. The shockumentary never came out. Like he just talk and don't do. I think Umar should just label himself as like a motivational speaker or something like that. And that way he won't have to write books. Like he's always telling us about this woman's only book he hasn't released yet. All this stuff. Like, no, I think Sharon, yeah, Sharon Smarter. This woman, I think she's Haitian. Yeah, I think she's a Haitian woman that's allegedly pregnant by Dr. Umar Johnson. Yeah, that mugshot was funny and crippled. But I hope he's learned and not, abusing his children anymore. That teenager probably said something sassy. I don't know if y'all parents, but man, them teenage boys, sometimes you want to give them an uppercut, but you can't. You can't uppercut. You like, "Ooh, we God, help me, Lord." I've had a call on them. The teens are hard. Just as funny you should say, Queen, since they've been the main ones, along with other Hotep Dusty Dust, trying to convince me I ain't mixed since my mom's a Native American. So you are mixed, just so how they gonna convince you? Lord have mercy. Don't let nobody tell you about your heritage. Just and be proud of your heritage. That's for everybody. Just like y'all notice some groups try to say Black Americans don't have culture. I'm like, that's not true, and that's insulting. That's not nice to say. You a descendant of Dr. Fauci? Oh no! Oh my God! Now that's one person I would not want to be a descendant of. To me, he's like the evil genius, Dr. Fauci. I was hollering when he came down with Rona, and then I came down with it a few days later. So I shouldn't have been laughing at Dr. Fauci. That's what I get. Although I really don't think he had it. He was trying to avoid some kind of Senate testimony. He don't fool me. What's up, Shay? You said the conscious community always says and never does. They don't seek their right. That's so true. And they do really need therapy. Like, I don't know why therapy is seen as such a bad thing. Isn't that cool? You could go to someone that's not going to tell your business, that you can really be vulnerable and honest to, and just let it go. Like release it. And then you get a different perspective, one that you may not have had. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. personally. Queen says if he really having a baby, the school maybe he will finally build a school so a child could go. Hey, Queen, at least some child gets to go to the school because a lot of children have graduated high school. Shoot, they might be about to finish college, been waiting on anything on school. Queen said just all they do is lie and sell hate. Yeah, that's sad. They should not be trying to tell you about your own heritage. That's crazy. And that's his book I want to show y'all because thinking about like Kevin Samuels, I think it's kind of untimely demise. And I lost my mother. My mother died before she was even 50. And she did to me, she seemed like somebody that, I was really, when you're young, you don't always understand things. But I think now as an adult, I could kind of see like she probably was holding on to some pains that maybe she should have therapy or something. But I think she's born in 50, so I think that's a baby boomer age. They kind of like to keep stuff to themselves and not go to therapy. So it's really sad. But this book called The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. And a lot of people don't really correlate the two, but your emotional pain, those things, they really do manifest in your physical body. That's why it's important to really deal with those things. If you don't know how to cope with it, seek help to cope with it. A lot of us have been through, I think every human has some type of trauma they have experienced. And don't let anyone try to minimize the things you have been through. No one can do that. But definitely don't be afraid to get help for those things. So this book kind of speaks to that. It's kind of like, I guess, a spiritual thing in a way, because some people might say, oh, that's like woo-woo talk, but it's really not. I mean, it's just facts. And to me, that's what happened to Kevin. Because to me, his eyes never looked like he looked like a sad man if you look at his eyes. And just the way he project, like he was telling women to hurry up and get a man. Just really stick with men, even though they were abusive, not loving. He said you shouldn't worry about love. Marriage is not about love. Says who? Like, why would you want to marry like one of these Israelite men and just beat you up with his words, cruel to you? I don't agree with that. I don't believe that. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I just want us all. I'm like Issa Rae. I'm rooting for everybody black. Let's live our best lives. Let's use his life and death as a lesson to do our best. 'Cause I think you can pull a lesson out of anything. You really can. So let's see what y'all seeing. Just says, I know a lot of them Hotep Dusty Dust stay trying to push that Native Americans is black narrative, hoping to get a check. I wonder, just have you ever did like one of those ancestry DNA or like tests? Well, I guess your mother, right? So you can just go back to your grandma, all her family. But I just wonder, because I know they do say that there is some people that say that Native Americans were here like before even Columbus. So I do be curious about that. Like I did, me and my daughter did. What's it called? It wasn't ancestry DNA. We found it on Groupon. What's the other one? Heritage. Somebody heritage. Let me see. I don't know if it's accurate. I know people say they getting your DNA or they getting like they already have my DNA, so I don't care. Like I work for the Fed, so they probably already have my DNA. They don't, so like might as well my heritage. Yeah, we did the my heritage one. That's pretty interesting. I don't know if it's accurate, but it's pretty interesting. Yes, Queen, I did. I was 18 when my mother passed away. I miss her. Like every day I think about her. It's been 19 years. Like that's just an example. Like you never get over it. I mean, I feel like today, like I can cope, right? I know how to cope without her. I miss her, but I know how to cope. It's been 19 years and I've had help to process that. Just says, I always feel they got some deeper personal issues with their blackness. Maybe just Queen, y'all making some good points. I wonder that sometimes about the Israelites because, or just black men in general, because I wonder, do they just be projecting how their low self-esteem, or maybe about being black? Because you know how anywhere you look, you can see someone say, black men do this, black men, blah, blah, blah. It's so much negative messaging, but a lot of it is accurate, unfortunately. Unfortunately, but they can change that. Like to me, the Israelite men act helpless. They just always talk about the man on their neck. Shay says therapy is whatever brings you peace. My nana lived until 87 and worked on her yard until 87. Oh my gosh, Shay, that's amazing. And that's a good point. Yeah, whatever brings you peace. That's beautiful, Shay. God bless her to see 87 years. That's such a gift. And a lot of us just take life, don't take it seriously enough. Like we just have all this time. But that's beautiful. Wow. Shay said, plus he was dating escorts. He couldn't have been happy. Yeah, that's so ridiculous. Like he wasn't a bad looking man. But he would promote that to his audience too, to get escorts. I was like, it's all, we ladies know it's so many women out here. Okay, it's so many women out here. If a man wants a woman, he can have one. He promoted escorts. That's disgusting. Him and that Tommy Sotomayor be buying escorts. It's ridiculous. Because this, like, to me, he was more concerned with vanity, like looking good, having all the, like all these viewers, all this notoriety and fame. Because I swear he was paying Shade Room and what's that other one, that ratchet website, what they call it? Damn it, it's not Shade Room. It's older than Shade Room. But it's like, it's a ratchet website. I think he was paying them to post him. I really do. I can't think of them right now. Queen said, okay. Yeah, it's sad. I found, well, from my testing, it was like, it had a lot of like Nigeria. Was it Nigeria? Yeah, Nigeria. But it had some other areas too. I could pull it up right quick. It's really cool. Like, if you're interested, I say it don't hurt to do the test. Like, I found a good deal on Groupon. I did in my heritage. My daughter's was more interesting, and I told her you have a lot of. I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find my test. I think I did it. Yeah, I did it during like the peak of the pandemic in 2020. So. I want to say it was Nigeria. Yeah, my daughter, I told her, you had more colonizers than you. She got mad. I was just playing. That was funny. Like when they sing your report, it's pretty cool because they play like music for each country they reference. I'm just trying to find it. I don't know why this is so difficult. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I did it August of 2020, so it's been a little minute. But Shay, you say your ancestors have wide bridge noses. They were natives from the South and their parents were from Jamaica and Bahamas. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I think you'll be able to hear it. I'm on my phone. Yeah, so it told me I'm 38.7% Nigerian, 15.5 Sierra Leonean, 12.6 West African. That's why I was wondering, like, how accurate is this? I don't know, but it's cool. It is 11.2% Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. Then 22% 5 more ethnicities. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I showed my coworker. I worked with this girl that was Ghanaian, and she was like, "Oh no, you're not Ghanaian." But yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like, yeah, my parents. I'm from the deep south too, so both my parents from the deep south. Just says, okay, so you never did a DNA test since you know the Native American registry don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should continue with your genealogy search. I want to pick mine up back too because I started and I like what's those records? I think if somebody got like census records. I know when I had like a year subscription to my heritage, so I had access to like some census records. I was able to go back to my maternal great grandmother, but I need to keep going. I need to keep going. I need to also get some info from my father. So Shay says maybe because he battled with sexuality too. I agree. He was definitely. You think he battled with sexuality? Yeah, he was off the chart. It just seemed like his high value man talking points is very vain because he never focused on character, the things that will keep you having a relationship long term. Just like, oh, they make this much money. Y'all see Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. He high value. Look how he behaved. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want a man like Tristan Thompson. Just says, I speak for all straight, red blooded men when I say that we can be every fucked up thing in the book and still have women get it in line. That's true, Jess. It's so funny to me. It really is. It's so funny. Like, and it'd be women like, I can change him. I it's the funniest thing. We kind of see that with young Pharaoh, right? The women that think they can change him and he'd be different from them. Shay says my dad's side also has native but also white. His mom is black, Italian, and Irish. His dad was definitely black. Okay, that's interesting. Shay, your first love was a Nigerian gangbanger from LA? Girl, I didn't even know Nigerians gangbang. I didn't even know that. Yeah, my dad is from Louisiana. My mother's from Georgia. So we from the deep south. Just as I dropped the search after my native side started showing more as I got on. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. I definitely like learning about you all. It's very interesting. Shay, you tend to connect to men who have African characteristics or native, though for some reason Black Indian natives are mentally unstable. Oh, really? I don't know if I've ever met any of them. I don't think I have, but I wondered, like, since I'm from Georgia, like I noticed people from like middle Georgia, like Macon, I think they have like Indian reservations somewhere around there. Like, I wonder about them because like this girl, if you ladies watch natural hair videos, you probably know Mahogany Curls. Like she's from Georgia, like me, but she's from a different part. But she has like this. Her nose is kind of. It's not like a broad nose. It's kind of thin in a way to me. And even with her hair, it's like the 3C. I just wonder what's her background because it's interesting. Like my hair is more. I think my hair is mainly 4C, but it's interesting how we all look. Yeah, I never, girl, never in my life I've heard of a Nigerian game maker. That's funny to me. That's hilarious. Just said a man can be broke, a man can have one leg, a man can be gay, a man can have kids all over the world, a man can be a serial killer. It's always will be a woman that wants him. Yeah, well, we know what the bomb of Benton Harbor, Obsidian, we see it. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and it's the craziest thing. Like even Future, Nick Cannon, and I know men in real life that have lots of kids like that. That's giving Nick Cannon Future run for their money, and they still have women. And they have like women that you think like really attractive, like at least aesthetic on the outside. You would think, why are you with this guy that has all these baby mom? Why? So yeah, but that's all I really have for y'all. I really just wanted to come and say hi because it's been a while. So I know I need to engage with you. I hope everything's going well in y'all world. We shall resume. I know we need to see what's up with young Pharaoh. And actually, I think at 8, at least 8 Eastern, the T is going to interview Golden Beauty. Are y'all going to check that out? So I know a lot of y'all watched the Young Pharaohs, the Keeping Over the Odds. So will y'all be looking at that interview Golden's about to do? Shay says, we all know people who are Black and Indian who have it in their family. Think about how crazy that. That's true. That's true. I've never met her, I guess for good reason, but apparently my great grandmother supposed to be Indian, but she died in the 70s, way before I came along. So yeah, Peace Queen. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out and then we can discuss it. I think it should be interesting. I'm eager to see what she's gonna ask Golden. I saw Pharaoh today. He was playing gospel music, and he's saying he's not going to be on Black people platform anymore. I just think sometimes, I mean, if y'all really like the Keeping Up with the Odds, we can continue. But sometimes I feel redundant because he literally says the same things over and over again. He literally says the same things, like he was abducted by aliens. White people are better. Like it's really weird. Uh-oh, just been called crazy. Oh. I think we all got a little cray cray in us. Shay, you say your grandfather's family have all been to prison, they're native? Oh well. Yeah, on my father's side, there's people in the prison, shootouts, all kind of stuff. It's kind of scary to be in prison and jail right now, though, because a lot of these jails and prisons are short staffed. I saw this story out of Georgia, the Georgia Department of Corrections. It's a prison. They so short staffed. This inmate actually passed away. I guess they only come around to check and make sure everyone's there in the morning. They had the man hanging over the railing in the prison. He been hanging for hours, deceased. That's so sad. I'm like, y'all, I understand these people may have committed crimes, and there are some innocent people in prison, but you still should treat them like like I don't know, can't human beings treat each other with respect? Like, come on, that's terrible. Shay, you say you used to be so drawn to them and get sucked into the mental illness every time. Wow. Shay, do you think you have like that instinct where you want to help? Or maybe you like the healer type of woman, like you want to help heal the men in your life? That sounds like what you are, like you want to help people be better. It just depends on your cray cray. It just depends on your level of cray cray. Yeah, I could tell you a little cray cray by your Hebrew incel lights. Like, who would have thought of that? Who would have thought of that? Peace, just see you later. Umar, it's rumored that he's Cuban. He has roots from Cuba. I don't know if it's true. So yeah, I could tell Shay. That's kind of me too. Like always trying to help. Like I'm like, girl, you need to sit down somewhere and help yourself. Yeah, I get it though. Maybe that's just a woman's nature in general. But I don't want to hold y'all any longer because we've been here for a while. So I definitely appreciate y'all. You don't think he's Cuban? It's funny with that. He I've been to Cuba before. It is people that look like Umar there. It's people that look like all of us in Cuba. That's what's so cool to me is that they look like us. I'm assuming we all like black, Adolf, and maybe y'all could be Caribbean from the continent. I don't know. But they look like me, you. They just speak Spanish. And it's funny because they would just come up to me speaking Spanish and I was just terrified because I'm not fluent in Spanish. So it was a beautiful island. I was kind of scared though. I already come back to the stateside. And this country has its issues, but I was ready to come back. Because they didn't have like their TV shows were not very entertaining. And their food was not very good. Okay. I saw this man literally, it was some restaurant. He literally picked up spaghetti. I guess someone had ordered some spaghetti. He took his hands and picked up the pasta, his bare hands now, and put it on a plate and then put meat sauce. I said, oh hell no. So I don't think they have like the FDA or whoever food inspection like we have here. That sounds like first world problem. But yeah, I was like, I was ready to come back home. But it was pretty. Chase, he said, it carried in my weight too. Yeah, me too. I know for a while I had some issues with my weight, but I was so sad because my mother lost my mother, and it just flipped my life upside down because it just came out of nowhere. And then like my grandmother fell ill and passed. It was just so much. I think I was just medicating my pain away with food. I would literally eat like cheesecake for breakfast. I was like in my 20s, had high cholesterol. So the doctor was like, "Why is your cholesterol so high?" Because I was just eating away my pain. So I definitely understand. I better today. Thank God for that. Jay said, "There's a guy I really like, and he's so nice to me, and I think his family's part African. He doesn't know where they're from, but his mom has a very distinctive accent. They're from Arkansas." Oh, that's interesting. I only know one girl from Arkansas, and I don't think I don't. She just sound real country to me. I may sound country. I've heard it before. Do I dream about mother? Every now and then I do dream about my mother. Honestly, it's not frequent. I remember when she passed away, like it wasn't a terminal illness. It was, kind of like the Kevin situation, just out of the blue. So I was so devastated. She came to me in my dream like a week later, and I remember we didn't talk in the dream, but she was just holding me. Like we were hugged, hugged up. And she looked so beautiful. She looked at peace. So I feel like that was her way of letting me know she was okay. Because at 18, of course, I was very young. I didn't have the wisdom I have today, almost 20 years later, of course. So I think she let me know I'm good because my mother had like chronic illness. So it wasn't terminal, but she was sick in and out of hospital. We wasn't expecting that. And then I left my home state and I moved. And once I moved, I want to say a few nights later, she came to me in a dream. I'm dreaming her, between that too. But I feel like she's like, "What's going on? Why did you move?" Like I was like, "Mama, I'm okay." It may sound weird, but I'll be like, "Mama, I'm good. I'm good, Mama. I just wanted to see something else. I'm fine." I think she's like, "What's going on?" So yeah, that comforted me because I was a wreck. You hear me? I was a wreck. But through persistence and just keep going, that's what I did. So yeah, that's what I did. And it's been a while. Like I said, time does kind of heal those wounds. You always miss the people. But like I said, I went to a professional therapy to help me with that because I was young. So that helped me too. What's up, Life Joys? You said, I don't wish bad on anyone, I just don't feel lost. So that's understandable. And I think too, because we didn't know him personally, a lot of us just know him from online. So I definitely can understand there. I just feel sad because I'm just that kind of person. I cry like Bambi. Like I'm just that type of person. He said, Shay, you said, can't understand. You said, I can't understand your support. That was, yeah, I've dealt with a lot, girl. I have, but I wasn't always this way. I think the grace of the Most High has helped me. And I think too, with my mother, my grandmother, like even early this year, I lost one of my siblings. It's been a lot, but I think like their angels also keep me going and help me stay on the right track. And I'm a very resilient and persistent person, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna give up. That's why it makes me so sad when I hear like Israelites and men always blaming women. Always like white men got their foot on our neck. Like no, you can do it. It's your life. Like literally, it's your life. You can live your life the way you choose. So I just don't agree with them on those things. But yeah, I don't want to talk your head off. We've been here for a minute, so I'm gonna go for now. I thank y'all for coming to join me. But I'm gonna be back. I think tomorrow I'll come back because we can review the T interview with Golden. We can discuss that because I don't know what to say about Pharaoh. All he does is say black people. He not working with us no more. Shay, you said that's what I mean. It made you stronger. I can see losing my nana this year made me mature. Yeah, that's yeah. I feel like it did. Like it let me know that I can make it, I guess, in a way without her. Like I'm okay. It's okay. But and I think too with like even when Kevin, you think about life, we know like the scripture Bible says it's gonna rain on the just and unjust. Well, we all gonna experience some hard times and some devastating times. And it's just how you deal with it, you know? It's all in how you deal with those things that come. But that's it for now, y'all. 'Cause I could just keep going. Good night, Shay. You said Israelite might be clinging to identity law. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I hope they find their way back. But good night. I'll go for it this time. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until the next one later, y'all. Have a good one.